So my name is Josh Bagley. I'm from Durham, North Carolina. I play at Sheridan College, and I play point guard.
Sure. Josh, tell me about growing up in Durham, North Carolina.
Fun. It was difficult in some aspects, but for the most part, fun. I like the city. There's a lot of things you can do and experience. Some things you probably shouldn't experience to do. So, I don't know. Just doing the right thing, I could say.
Sure.
But in the most part, I like it and I love it.
Sure. Difficult in what ways?
It just depends on like where you're going and like where you're from. I don't know. And then, like for me, I had to like transfer like through some schools. So like I went to a few high schools. So it was kind of like just transitioning for me and just like different environments, different schools. So that was kind of tough for me at some point.
Why'd you have to transfer schools?
Well, one was just for like basketball. I was going to like different schools. Like for my freshman year, I went to a charter school that I was there my 6th to 8th grade year, and they had a really good basketball school, like for high school. So I just would stay there my freshman year, and then the travel squad ended up getting shut down. So we ended up like transferring to our local public school. And then we went there, and then we stayed there for 2 years, and then we ended up that's how I ended up with Bull City. And I just went back to my old charter school to finish out school.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Sure. Tell me a little bit about your family.
My mom and dad are still together. And for those who don't know, I was a twin at one point, so that was always nice. But I don't know. We're all like a big like hunk of clay. We're always just kind of together, doing a lot of things together, which is nice. And they're very supportive, which is nice too. And then most of my family stays like in the same area, so I can usually see like my grandmas and stuff and all that, which is relatively nice. But they're all from a small town in North Carolina, Oxford, so they're not too far. So.
When'd you pick up the sport of basketball?
Man, I think I picked up a ball when I was like 3.
Okay.
I don't know. My dad was a football guy. He always wanted us to play football, but I don't know. Our mom never let us, but it was still nice to just play basketball.
Who'd you play basketball with growing up?
So my neighbors and I, like, we're really close now. He had like this goal that was at the top of the street, and like every day we just play, like even like some older dudes like would just come and play with us. And that was pretty much how it started, like growing up. And then like we'd always play like 2-on-2, or like we just play 21, and we just played all the time. So that's pretty much how it started. And then like we had this church league when we were, I think, younger, because our parents just wanted to put us in something. So we just did that for a while, and then that ended up turning into an AAU team that we ended up playing with for a while too.
Sure.
So.
Did you play basketball with your twin brother?
Mm-hmm. All the time. That's usually who I worked out with for like, I can still say majority of my life right now. So, yeah.
Sure. Tell me about the relationship you had with your twin brother.
Thick and thin. Do anything. It was just always good. I mean, it was always rough every now and then. We get into our little fights, especially if we were playing like one-on-one, because we'd be so competitive. We ended up fighting just because we wanted to win, but and whoever won the fight pretty much won, so.
Sure.
That's pretty much how it happened. It was just a lot, though. But we always were all, like, if we weren't inside doing something together, then, like watching TV or just chilling, then we were probably playing basketball.
Sure.
Just because we were bored.
Sure. What was his name?
Aaron Bagley.
Aaron. What happened to Aaron?
The doctors don't really know, but, like, it was from, like, probably, like, heat exhaustion, because he was, like, cramping really bad, and then he had a seizure, and then when he had a seizure, he ended up going to like a cardiac arrest, and then he went into a coma for like a week, and then he ended up going brain dead. So,
what happened that day?
We were working out, and it was like, I say like the heat index was probably like 108 maybe, but we were working out for like our AAU team, and he just like, he was cramping, so it was like, oh, it's not too bad, but then it just kind of all like took a turn for the worse when we ended up getting back home. And then he ended up like telling our parents that he needed to go to the hospital, so we took him. but he was throwing up like really bad too. So I mean, we don't really know like what happened, and the doctor never really found anything from the autopsy either. So
What was going through your mind that day?
Well, first because our coach had picked us up, and we had like a 40-minute ride. I don't know, like we were just there, so I was like, okay, cramp is normal, especially with it being this hot. And he wasn't, I think, the only one cramping that day, so it wasn't like nothing too like out the blue. But I don't know. The whole time he was just like saying like, I feel bad. And he was like, I feel like I just need to go to the hospital. And I'm like, nah, you're good. Like, so I don't know. For the most part, it was just shocking like that happened that day, because I mean, I don't know, like cramping in that weather is like kind of normal. So it's like I didn't think anything would just like happen that bad. So that was kind of the worst thing.
Sure. How tough was this on you and your family?
It was tough. For the most part, I was probably like I don't know. As soon as like I could touch a basketball, like I just had to, because I don't know. Like that was the easiest way for me to cope with it, because that was something we always did. So I don't know. That was probably like one of the hardest things in my life to deal with, and just like having to keep going through it, after having somebody with you your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just had to keep coping with it with basketball, honestly.
Sure. At what age did he pass?
We were like, I think, so right around 15, 16, because I think right after I ended up turning 16. So it's about to be 5 years now.
Sure.
Dude,
How much do you think about him?
every day. Yeah, every day. I don't know. Sometimes like I'll just be chilling in class or something and it just pops in my head. So it's just an everyday thing, honestly.
Sure. What does the future hold for Josh Bagley?
I don't know, honestly. I'm just waiting for some schools to talk to me. Well, I have a few talking to me, but I'm just waiting for a few to offer me, honestly. So, honestly, I don't know, but it'll work out, so I'm fine with it.
Sure. Once you leave Sheridan College 5, 10, 15 years down the road, what will you remember about Sheridan College?
The fun times, basketball, the people here. I love the people. It's kind of weird. I love the weather out here because I like snow, but like, I don't know. I'm not gonna miss the negative cold like weather too much. So that's probably like the only thing. And then like just new experiences, like things that like I couldn't experience back home. So, and then seeing the mountains. I really like the mountains, just seeing that. So those are probably gonna be like the main things.